Hey, what is up guys? So I'm here to share my Vanar draw power deck with you guys. A lot of you guys have been asking on the live stream, what's your deck profile, can I see your build and stuff like that, and you guys want some reasons why I'm running certain cards. Now first off, I do want to say before I jump into this that I don't have every card that I would like to have, and on top of that I'm still kind of new to the game, so if you guys have suggestions, more than happy to hear from you guys. If I don't even own the card, feel free to mention it still because I can just use my spirit and I can craft some of those cards, but nonetheless a lot of you guys wanted the deck profile, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to you guys. So I'm running Faye. I really like Faye. Late game Faye just becomes so freaking dirty with her Bloodborne spell, which you get to deal 2 damage. So I'm going to go over my reasons why I'm running certain things as we go along, but I'm going to go ahead and scroll down real quick because some of you guys are just what the heck is this deck? Like I said, I don't have every card that I want, so obviously it's progression, so if you guys have suggestions, feel free to mention them. But anyways, yeah, I'm running Faye, awesome Bloodborne late game, so freaking good. And then I'm running 2 copies of Flash Freeze. I really like Flash Freeze because not only does it stun it, but it does that 1 damage, and it costs 0 mana. This deck is oriented around a lot of low cost things that just get really annoying for your opponent to have to deal with, because I feel like late game, when your opponent has so many cards that cost a lot of mana, if I'm running multiple copies of things like Chromatic Cold, Flash Freeze, I can make really good trades and still have monsters on board. Then I can combo it with her Bloodborne, which late game you're gonna have it every turn. You're gonna be able to get a lot of free extra advantage because you're not investing all of your mana pool into one card. Because a lot of players, when they're new to the game, even myself included, you run cards that cost a lot of mana, and then you'll late game sometimes you'll have one summon pass. And if I just go Flash Freeze and I summon a bunch of small monsters and then I go ahead and attack you, and you can't do anything for the next turn other than summon 1 monster, which obviously won't be able to attack, I can just go ahead and finish you off. So that's the essential mindset of this. It's more of a neutral deck that I can throw majority of these cards in, but it's just the playstyle that I think is most successful for me. But anyways, so yeah, Flash Freeze, excellent card. I really like it against Songhai when they summon the small ranged minion that's a 1/1. They buff it up and they teleport it across the map. And sometimes it only has 1, defense still because they're moving it across the map. So they're like, oh, I don't need to put defense on it. And then you deal 1 damage and then you're good to go. Or you can use other cards like Hailstone, bounce back if they invest too much into it. But yeah, I'm playing 2 copies of Flash Freeze. I think it's an okay card. I think 2's enough. I was even considering dropping it down to 1, but late game it becomes really dirty, just because it also stuns it. I'm running 3 copies of Snow Chaser just because it makes really good trades, and sometimes early on people will be using ephemerals against it. If they ephemeral this, I'm 100% okay, or dispelling this, fine with me, because this is an excellent card to make trades with because it's only 1 mana and it's searchable anyways. Next up, I'm playing 3 copies of Aethermaster. I'm also comboing it with White Widow. That's a combo that I really like because late game, when you're able to throw out double Aethermaster, or if you happen to have one of those already on board, just the Aethermaster plus White Widow combo is 4 damage to something, and it can get really stupidly good late game when you have multiples of, if you have multiple Aethermasters and multiple copies of White Widow, that's 8 damage, and that becomes really nasty for a lot of people to deal with, especially when you combo it with Chromatic Cold or Flash Freeze, where you can just kill 1 target. You can kind of force the RNG to go into your favor and hit the correct target. Next up, I'm playing 3 copies of Chromatic Cold. I love this card. If I could play 5 or 6 copies, I totally would. I love this card so much. Not only does it dispel, but it deals damage and gets rid of problematic things, especially when Songhai goes oh, flying, backstab, increase attack, okay, pass, alright. Then I just go ahead, if they don't unexhaust it. Or sometimes when you just need to deal with something, I love this card so much. I'm running 1 copy of Coldbiter just because, I'll be honest, it's just legendary, and I was like, I'll throw it in the deck. And it actually is not that bad. The reason why I like this card a lot is comboing it with Bloodborne is really good because you can deal basically 4 damage. And then on top of that, you can also potentially, get that auto attack in, and then you're dealing 6 damage to something. Make sure, if you guys are using this card, by the way, just to be more effective with it, what you do is you attack then equip it. Don't equip it and then attack because you're wasting a durability. I've seen some people do that. I just want to give you guys a free tip on that. Ephemeral Shroud, I honestly would consider playing 3 copies of this. It's just really good. Even dropping Frostfire, but I feel like since I'm playing 3 copies of Chromatic and I'm playing Flash Freeze, it's enough. I would probably cut a Flash Freeze for Ephemeral. If I knew exactly what I was playing against, but Flash Freeze is just, it's free, it's 0 mana, and I love it for that. Early on in the game, it can be really good, just again, because it deals 1 damage as well. Ephemeral is really great. I don't really need to explain that card at all. Flameblood Warlock, late game it's been pretty good. It also is a pretty good opener because I feel like I don't really have a good turn 1 play necessarily, and I just like one copy of it. It's just randomly good and it makes awesome trades. I just really don't have a good like turn 1 play. Like Snowy Chaser's okay, Ether Master's okay, but I don't like throwing out Ephemeral or Healing Mystic. I will hold them in my hand because late game I will spam through all my cards because of the way this deck is built. Then I'm playing one copy of Frostfire. I like it a lot for the Snow Chaser. Makes it just a great card, just because it gives it +3/+3, and then it's already a free card anyways. Really great card. And sometimes this card gets annoyed because they don't want to kill it, so then you can just buff it up and it can attack the next turn anyways, so awesome stuff. Then I'm playing 2 copies of Hailstone. I think this card is pretty decent, especially again going back to that late game. The mindset of this deck is oriented around just getting rid of my opponent's high mana cost and me having a lot of draw power, which we'll get into. But yeah, just an excellent little card. Healing Mystic, I'm playing 3 copies of it. I like to make really aggressive trades early on. Sometimes Songhai players, they'll play real aggressive, and then you can circumvent all of the aggression that you are also doing. Because if they're running Backstab, then like my Snow Chasers can't really get good effects, or good trades, so to speak, because I'm not getting the Infiltrate effect. So I'll try to put myself into positions where I'm making bad trades early on, but then late game I can throw out like double Healing Mystics and kind of finish them off. I'm playing 3 copies of Cryogenesis. It basically only has 4 targets to search out, but it's an excellent card. Just because I'm playing 3 copies of Snow Chaser and 1 Glacial Elemental. I also like that it does 4 damage, but it also gives me another card. Again, my deck is oriented around just getting like really small trades, and just getting a lot of advantage later on from that. Playing 1 Glacial Elemental, I like the card a lot. It's decent, especially just at 1, just an excellent little card. I'm playing 1 copy of Snowpiercer, so it just gains 3 attack. Sometimes it just comes in handy just to be able to prevent myself from losing a game, because I can't just deal like, you know, a bunch of damage in one turn. I can just try to finish them off with like a Snowpiercer, and then if I have like Snow Chasers already on board, I can combo it with like say something like the Frostfire, or just deal a lot of damage. I just really like 1 Snowpiercer. I think it's really decent. I'm playing 2 copies of Sojourner so I can have more draw power. 3 copies of Spelljammer so I can get that insane draw power. Then I'm playing 1 copy of Purgados. I think it's decent. If I can proc its effect twice, really good. I usually just like it to play really aggressive. Occasionally against Songhai I will actually heal, because you know that deck can randomly get like 18 damage. Then I also am playing 3 White Widow. That's what I combo Ether Master, and it has a bunch of draw power anyways. Then I'm playing 1 Firestarter. I honestly don't really consider this card necessary, but there was like a few times where I've won a game because of Firestarter, and I was able to proc its effect multiple times, not only because late game Bloodborne, but also because again I have a lot of small stuff that I can make trades with. Like I have Chromatic Coal, which I can actually deal damage to in general, and then I can deal another like 1 damage to the general because I have this. I think it's an okay card. I really don't think it's necessary, but I could probably swap this card out. But like randomly, I love this card because it wins me games. Next up, I love my 1 copy of Hollow Grovekeeper. This card, it saved me so many dang times from the airdrop Voke, so I can go ahead and be like, oh, you want to airdrop Voke me? Okay, I'll destroy that, and then I have Voke. So I really, really, really like this card. I love this card at 1. I probably will never take this card out. I feel like the same way with Sunset Paragon, it just comes in so handy when I'm like, I just need this card. Like, if we get matched up against a Lionar deck and they go ahead and increase their attack, they buff themselves, so it's like it gains attack equal to its health, especially on like an airdrop Voke. Throw the Sunset Paragon, bam! Oh my gosh, this card has saved me so many dang times. There's also that card which dispels everything around it, which I was considering playing. Let's go to the neutral. There's the Lightbender. I was also considering playing this card, but like Sunset Paragon kills everything, and I really like it for that. But lastly, for the only 7 that I play, Ancient Grove, which combos relatively well with my Snow Chaser. So that Snow Chaser has like a little bit of utility in this deck, just because Snow Chaser has that ability to come back over and over and get really, really stupid good trades late game. Combos really well with Ancient Grove. I also was thinking about mixing an Ancient Grove with Sarlacc. If I had a lot of these, I would consider it. I wish there was something in Vanar that made it so your mana cost would be lower. If you guys know of any cards, for cost, I don't know if there's anything that makes it so like the next like thing you summon costs less in Vanar, because it doesn't show up. But if there's a card, because they are making an expansion pack, so I'm thinking maybe I should just hold on to my spirit and stuff and actually craft it later on. but I was really hoping for something to make it so I can get out Ancient Grove a little bit faster, because he comes out super late game and he can be very, very good. You know, it's a provoke and it has opening gambit and gives everything that ability. Very good stuff with, like, if you have maybe like 3 Sarlaccs on board, give 3 Sarlaccs and 1/1 with revoke when they die. It just can become really nasty. But again, I feel like this card costs a lot of mana. I don't really like playing cards that cost a lot of mana. That is kind of, I feel like, one way that I started out in the game. Like, I was like, wow, look at this card, it's so good. But then, like, the mana cost was, like, just too high for me. Like, if we go to my Vanars, let's see what it costs, like, a lot. Like, Frosthorn Rhino, great card. But the problem with, like, celerity and it having +1 attack is, like, it'll just get killed really, really early on. And that can kind of become a problem. I mean early on as in, like, you summon it, you pass, and then they're like, okay, dispel, or they just, like, they get rid of, like, 1 card. You just end up making, like, bad trades. Like, this is only a 5, so it's not that bad. But Ancient Grove already has an opening gambit that makes it worth it, because a lot of, again, these higher mana cost cards, they don't get that much value, because a good player will hold on to cards that can stop some stuff relatively early on. But, like, this card, it's pretty freaking good. With 10 attack, that's crazy. But again, even with the airdrop, you're not going to be able to, at least I don't think you can activate anything exhaust. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that stops something from being exhausted, to my knowledge, in that. I know Songhai has a card, but it targets, like, something that has, like, 3, I believe, or less attack. But, like, again, like, these higher mana cost cards, like 5, someone can make it an easier trade, you know, but, like, they can just be like, well, I know that this technically is, like, making it so it comes out next turn, but I can just go Hailstone, attack him for, you know, a bunch of damage, then he summons it again. I don't care, it doesn't have Provoke or something. It's not really a threat, so to speak, until it actually becomes active. I just feel like you make, like, bad trades when you summon, like, things that cost a lot of mana. So I try to keep majority of my cards at 4 or lower. The reason why is because when you have 9 mana, I want to summon 2 monsters and then have my passive. So that's like my goal in this deck, for the most part. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for this deck, I'm more than happy to hear your guys' opinions on it. I'm relatively satisfied with the deck. Like, I feel like I have majority of the stuff that I do want, but I feel like obviously it could be better if we had some other cards. But again, I might not know some of these cards because I've been playing this game for a while, but I feel like I haven't really dipped into, like, every single card. I don't know what every single card does, but let me know your guys' suggestions on this. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'm signing out.